That
weird.
was funny.
Yeah. I wanted to interview Ace about his years in Kiss, but the guy from whatever that movie is was busy.
No, it was Ace's manager.
Oh, Ace's manager was saying, well, we don't want you talking about Kiss. And I said, well, okay, then let's not talk. I don't know. I mean,
what else are you going to,
I'm not looking to bum anyone
Remedy we're going to talk about?
No, he didn't want you talking about Kiss, Howard. He just didn't want you to say anything that was perceived as negative with Ace and Kiss.
Oh, well, the history is negative.
The guy's not in the band anymore.
How could it be positive?
There was a reason he left.
And then there was this weird thing. Ace seems like a real nice guy, by the way. But then Sal came in and asked Ace if he wanted to take pictures with Sal.
Well, actually,
with Ace's camera.
No, what started the whole thing was Sal rushed over to him when you were talking to Chuck and started asking him Kiss questions. You know, like the things about the band that only a super fan would know.
Yeah.
And Ace completely ignored him. And then in the middle of Sal's question, he said, take my camera and take a picture of me and Howard. Sal was in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
And he just interrupted and said, take a picture of me and Howard. And so he did that. And then Sal somehow got the idea that Ace should want a picture of him dressed as Ace in the band
He
with
goes, Ace, you want a picture of me standing next to you, don't you? And then Ace was like ignoring him, and then he goes, you want a picture? He wouldn't let go of it.
Yeah.
And I go, Sal, why does Ace want a picture of you?
And then he gave you the camera to take the picture.
So then Ace said, all right, take a picture of me with the guy.
Right.
And I went, I don't know how to work your camera.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. Is Sal retarded?
Yes, he is. I determined.
And then he goes, I'm so sorry. I'm nervous. Dude, are you retarded or what?
Howard, I swear.
You scare me.
I was being polite. I'm a big Ace fan. This is a moment that doesn't happen every day.
Yeah, but dude, you work on a show. Hold it. Right. You work on a show. We're into you. You can't walk in here and hound the guests. And then say to the guy, don't you want a picture of me with you? Why would he care about having a picture with? No offense. I mean, you're a great guy, but who wants a picture with you?
He didn't want to talk to you. He made that obvious.
Well, Judge Judy, can I explain?
Yeah.
Because I think I'm the only guy in history that came forward on a public forum like this and said all those things about those band members that Ace doesn't really like to do.
So you think that Ace wants a picture of you because of that?
A combination of that and the makeup I was wearing.
You're really mental.
I don't see it.
You're mentally ill.
I don't see it.
The guy clearly was not interested, and then you kept it up. The guy didn't want a picture of you, Sal.
He didn't want to be near Sal. He wanted Sal to go away.
Well, maybe you weren't right.
You weren't picking up on that.
Yeah, I didn't, and I didn't want him to hand you the camera. I felt awful because I thought you
were being a pain in the ass. Just say hi to the guy. Leave him alone.
I said hello. He handed you the camera. I wanted him to hand it to Gary.
The man had walked away from you.
He couldn't get away from you. He was avoiding you. He wouldn't answer any of your questions. And then you say to him, don't you want a picture of me and you?
Yeah.
With your camera. And the guy's not even answering you. I'm watching the whole thing.
Right.
And then you turn to him again. Don't Ace wants a picture of me with him. Ace, don't you want a picture of me?
I'm his freaking #1 fan. He should. I mean, he took one.
Sal,
I know.
you're mentally ill.
Whatever.
Trust me. I know mental illness. You're mentally ill. He should want a picture of you because you're his #1 fan.
Did you notice him blowing you off? You never noticed.
I noticed because Robin started cackling like a hyena in the background.
Did you ever see anything like that?
No, I haven't.
I went up.
Sal, you realize how you're talking right now? You're talking like a stalker. You're his #1 fan, so
Jason had already taken a picture of Sal and Ace. It was over. The moment was over. Sal couldn't let go.
No, you need one with your camera, he
I'll
said.
tell you one thing, Howard.
He goes to Ace Frehley, who took out his own personal camera to take a picture with me. He goes, don't you want a picture with me?
In your camera, not in Jason.
Yeah, right. And then he goes, you want a picture with me?
He came out
and I said to Sal,
you know how many people...
Sal, why does he want a picture with you? You mean...
I'll tell you
How many times do you think Ace Frehley's taken pictures with guys in Kiss makeup?
I mean, come on.
I'll tell you what.
He probably has 5 million books of that crap.
He'll come home today. He'll say to his friends, "Hey, I took a picture with Sal dressed as me."
I'm sure he's going to remember your name.
Yeah. The guy didn't remember his own name. He remember Sal.
Yeah. What can I tell you?
You are really odd.
What was the question you were trying to ask him?
Sal, you think he's going to say to his friends, "I took a picture of Sal dressed as me"?
Yeah, he does. He was saying to him, "You're going to want a picture." He said, "No, he didn't even ask him."
This,
He says, "You want a picture of me?" I couldn't believe what was going on in here.
But what did you ask him?
I said, "Hey, Ace, I'm a huge fan of yours. I dialed myself up today for you." I go, "What do you say, me and you take a picture?" And then he turned around with you behind me. He goes, "Take a picture of me and Howard."
Yeah.
And then
so what does that say to you?
It says that he has that rock and roll ego, which I can...
No. It says he doesn't care about taking a picture with you with his own camera.
Right.
Well, he should kiss my ass. He's the freaking reason why I'm here to begin with. I'm the one who pitched the son of a bitch.
But he doesn't know that.
Yeah, I know. Well,
you got to act professionally around here.
I know, and I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
You're an effing stalker.
I've been here for 6 months. I never, ever crossed the line. I was just politely asking him for a picture. I'm very, very sorry, Howard. Have I ever asked you for a picture?
Did you give him a CD?
He's a... wait a minute.
Listen to me, Sal. You got to make a choice. You want to be a super fan?
No, wait.
Go back to that life.
No.
You want to work here? That's another thing.
Howard,
did you give him a CD?
I gave him a CD, but not music.
What's the rule? Not music.
Not Vertical Blue or stuff like that.
What did you give him?
He's a big fan of the Jerky Boys, so I gave him a prank call CD. He likes to take prank calls on the road.
Who's prank calls?
Not the radio shows.
Who's prank calls?
Ones I did in high school.
Okay, listen to me.
I would never, ever do that.
I don't want you handing anything to anyone without my knowledge.
Okay.
That's rule number one.
Okay.
Rule number one, no handing the guests anything.
Done.
I don't care if it's the greatest thing ever. I don't care if it's $1 million in gold bullion. Okay. I don't want you handing anybody anything.
I apologize.
I don't want you asking guys if they want pictures with you. It's retarded.
Okay.
You come off as retarded.
Can I say one thing, please?
No.
Okay.
You come off as retarded.
Okay.
Do you hear this?
I hear it.
You don't understand it, but I know you don't. You think that Ace Frehley really should have a picture of you in his camera.
I do.
So that he can show his friends that he took a picture with Sal, his #1 fan.
Sal, who works for...
I want you to watch a movie. It stars Jerry Lewis, Sandra Bernhard, and Robert De Niro.
Rupert Pumpkin?
Rupert Pumpkin.
The king of comedy.
And after you watch that, watch Misery.
Did you have Ozzy?
You should watch Gorillas in the Mist.
Did you have Ozzy Osbourne autograph your box set?
I did not ask for that. I did not ask for that.
No, he didn't, Howard. I saw that. Harvey Leeds is friends with him.
Harvey Leeds is good friends of mine, and he did it and I'll tell you who did.
Did you ask Harvey for it?
Let me bring up the Golden Child. I can't bring this up. Richard Christie asked for it, but we'll let that pass.
Did you ask Harvey for that? So you just threw Richard under the bus.
You bet your sweet ass I did. But he won't be called in here. Mr. Perfect.
You know what's funny? You said a line a couple of minutes ago. You said, "I've never done anything strange or weird here." So we had like this whole list of things. Okay, first you spit on that girl, which you were living to do. You stalked guests earlier, and I had to stop you from doing that.
Stalk too?
When you first got here, you used to talk to the guests. I caught you talking to some guests.
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart in the green room.
Where you started yelling at Jon Stewart.
Yeah, told him he's
and then I remember there's a couple.
What did he tell Jon Stewart? That he's not funny?
No, I said I loved him in Meet the Parents. I said I loved him in Meet the Parents.
Right, which
was Ben Stiller.
Yeah, but you also criticized something.
Yeah, one of his bits.
No, but saying he loved
him.
But saying he loved him in Meet the Parents, Howard, was criticizing.
Right, but he said something else.
Oh, right. He's not in Meet the Parents.
But he was a good sport about it. He thought it was funny.
But guys in the green room aren't here to be made sport of.
I know, and I haven't, Howard, that was my first week here. I haven't done that since.
No.
Everything you tell me, you have to give me credit. I follow through. Everything.
Sal, when are you going to start using your brain?
What?
You go up to Ace Frehley, the guy's trying to get away from you, and you say to him, "You're going to want a picture of me with you."
I thought in makeup and everything, and
the guy would have asked for one if he wanted.
Don't you think Ace has 1,000 pictures of him without makeup on and guys with makeup on? I mean, that goes on all the time. The other weird thing you did was early on, and I know you played it off later as a joke, is when porn girls come in, Sal used to get these giant pictures of their private parts, and he wanted to know if it was okay if when they came out, could he have them autograph it? And I explained that probably.
I thought it was funny, but
No, that's not funny.
Okay.
I don't want you bothering the guests.
My thing is this: if a porn star,
I don't.
It's not funny.
Sal.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
What is it, Ronnie?
How many times have I asked you not to interact with the guests since you've been here?
What did you say, Ronnie?
How many times have I asked you not to interact with the guests since you've been here?
A lot, and I don't. He just makes sure that I don't, and I don't.
Because you're odd. You don't. You are odd guy.
Who do I love? Who do I cherish and look up to the most in the world? Do I break your balls? It's you.
No. Don't start kissing my ass to get out of this.
Your ass.
Listen to me.
I'm
your
telling
thought
you, I'm
process.
saying that, Gary. It's not right. No. If you want to break balls, that's one thing. But when we're in meetings and stuff, and I'm pitching ideas, Gary rolls his friggin' eyes. That's what I'm mad about.
Dude.
No, it's wrong.
I've never
it's
once seen Gary roll
did it
his
yesterday.
eyes. No, he didn't.
From Fox to a pig, I said piece of trash to piece of ass, and Gary went. He does that to you all the time. Every time I chime in with my creative stuff.
I've never seen him do it.
Well, he's got.
And I don't do it.
Totally paranoid.
No, he does it all the time.
He's odd looking. He has big teeth.
And then he accused me of having Parkinson's disease yesterday. Do I say anything? Do I break your balls?
Sal, you break my balls 24
got rabies?
Sal, you break his balls 24 hours a day.
24 hours a day.
You make faces behind Gary when he's in the Bowie office cam all the time. Are you insane?
You have.
No, you are such a girl.
Sal has a weird thing.
He's totally out of control.
No. I don't mind. You want to break my balls now? You want to do it on the show, whatever, in the hallway.
Sal, how many times have you broken my balls when we're in here during a break?
You
make fun of me.
Continue to make teeth jokes after the show.
Oh my God!
This is how the show works. That everybody
this is how it works in your
piles up on you, and you don't get a word in. I'm always the loser. I'm always thrown under the bus. I'm saying in a private meeting, Gary, you look at Howard and roll your monkey eyes like I'm an idiot.
It
doesn't happen.
He does it all the time.
You're paranoid.
He's a conspiracy theorist.
I swear to God.
Have you ever seen him do it, Richard? I've never once seen Gary roll his eyes.
The good girls here now. The good girls.
Listen, if somebody said they saw me do it, I'd like to hear it. I don't believe I do it.
Doug, do you ever see that? You're a pretty honest guy. I've never seen Gary roll his eyes.
No, you know, Sal, I'm your buddy, but you do this more to Gary than Gary does this to you.
That's fine. And
you're very hypocritical right now.
No. Gary, you could do whatever you want to me. I don't care. You throw me under the bus every day. I'm fine. But when I'm in a private meeting with Howard writing for this show, and I pitch him something,
when do you set the rules?
Disrespectful. It's disrespectful for him to make a face.
You go behind his back all the time.
You have stood behind me.
Writers' meeting.
Yes, you have. You stood behind me while I'm pitching stuff to Howard, put up stupid hand signals, made fun of me, and interrupted me in the middle of talking and said, "Oh, Mr. Chopper."
I'm telling you, he doesn't do that.
I don't.
You're paranoid.
There's a difference when somebody does it personally.
But we're saying that he doesn't.
Howard hasn't seen it.
Nobody's
I've
seen it.
never once seen it.
I would never
once see it.
Yesterday, when we were talking about the Bally's game.
And besides that, don't walk up to the guest and say, "Don't you want a picture of Sal?"
I won't.
Ace Frehley doesn't care about you.
Good. And apparently you don't either now. I mean, I'm getting killed.
See, this is Howard. Howard, you know Sal.
Now it's poor me.
No, it's not poor me.
You've got to learn.
He's on suicide watch for a week now.
Yeah, really? I'll just smell your breath and drop dead in 5 seconds.
You're going to have a heart attack, Sal, I swear. You freak out about everything.
What is the strange competition between you and Richard?
Big time. Oh, yes, it is, and it's very odd.
He thinks I'm out to get him. He thinks I'm like,
and he thinks you're the favorite guy.
Yeah.
Right.
He thinks
I'll tell you what.
You're gay.
I'll tell you what. He's not when we had the beauty pageant, Mr. Know-It-All, everybody came in here. Oh, and here's Dan the Parody Man, the guy we just hired. He walks in. And here's Richard Christie, a guy who's been writing for the show for a year. And what was my introduction? And here's Sal the stockbroker. I'm not a writer of the show. I'm not part of
crazy, Howard.
Oh, my
He's crazy. This goes on all day.
Sal, you're going to give yourself a heart attack, I swear.
I'm just saying. Those little
leave
things.
the room. You're embarrassing yourself. You're a girl.
Yeah, you really are.
I'm
You're a girl.
just
Go
saying.
get that Operation Siobhan guy. Maybe get 2 for 1. Get out. You're a psychopath.
All right, I'm just telling you.
Put on the wig. Put on a blonde wig.
Things.
Yeah.
Sal, you should start smoking weed or something. Calm down.
Howard, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I've seen like several times, and Sal, you can attest to this. Sal and Richard will start to talk about a bit, right? Mm-hmm. And then Sal will he'll focus in on who had the idea for the bit first. And Richard will go, I did. And then Richard is the funniest guy in the world. Richard goes, He never gets angry. He never gets worked up. And Sal gets himself into like a heart attack mode like he is now. He's like, that was my bit. And Richie goes, I got to tell you, I had the idea first. And it's not true. The less that Richie gets upset, the crazier Sal gets.
I know. Again, I love Sal. I worry about him. I really do. I worry about you, Sal, because you're a great guy, but you bring this on yourself. You put these ideas in your head that everybody's out to get you, and everybody's not.
Why don't you just Lennon and McCartney it? All ideas you guys came up with together.
I don't do that with the ideas, Howard. Gary, just breaking my
come on, guys. Come in here and help me. You've seen the argument start in the office.
There are so many things that I
Sal, it doesn't matter. You're both doing great.
Right. Do I say it's
the only
mine
thing
anymore?
you're doing wrong.
You say it to everyone but Howard.
You don't know how to behave.
All right, I'll behave. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm trying.
But Sal won't tell you because he's too embarrassed. He'll tell everyone else, that was my idea, that was my idea.
Nah, that's bull
You get
crap,
like that.
Harry. You're a liar. You're a complete liar.
I really try not to get in the middle of this whole thing, but
then don't get out of here.
There's definitely an argument on a daily basis between these two over who
Richard and Sal.
Who came up with a certain idea, who came up with the idea to call this pizza place as opposed to that pizza place. But Sal is the one that goes crazy.
Listen, Sal's inappropriate. He went up to Jon Stewart and told him that his jokes were weak.
Right. I knew it was a personal attack.
At some award show. And
that's what it was.
It was a personal attack. You got to stop. When Ace Frehley's here, you're a big fan. I understand that. You want to walk in during a bid, and we have a bid arranged, fine. But afterwards, don't come in and don't schmooze with the guests.
And tell Gary not to roll his eyes when I...
No. No, that's your paranoia.
Dude, I'm the producer. If I want to show my ass to you, I will. I wouldn't disrespect you that way. But I think it's weird. I seem to have inherited my second stuttering John, who dictates to me how it works. I treat you with respect. I don't know what's in your head. Right. I like you. I tell everybody that I like you.
Gary has, I'll give you this. Gary has weird faces, and they drive me crazy, but he's not doing anything intentional.
Well, they drive you crazy. Jesus. I swear that he rolls his freaking eyes.
He doesn't.
All right, fine.
You're
but
paranoid.
Listen, I'm not asking for anybody
Goodbye.
to like me. I'm just telling you.
Mike, what is it? Hi, you're on the air. Yes,
this.
Mike.
Howard, I got 2 words for Sal. Wah!
Yeah, exactly.
Come on already.
Come on, let's get on with the show.
Yeah.
Sean, you're on the air.
Howard, I am your biggest fan. Will you come to Philadelphia and take a picture with me?
With my camera. With my camera.
Fire Sal.
Please.
Right.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Please.
Hey, Rich, you're on the air. Good to speak to you.
Yeah, Howard, man. Listen, how you doing, first of all? You all right?
Yes.
Good. I want to tell you, man, you did a great job with Ace, man. How does Ace Frehley knows your show? He doesn't want to talk about women. He doesn't want to talk about Kiss. It makes no sense, man.
Well, you know what? With all due respect to Ace, he came in. I don't know what the manager was talking about.
Somebody pitched him an interview that wasn't going to happen.
Right. And that's, I don't know what happened there, but I was just like, okay, the manager says we're doing a bad job. Goodbye.
No, but I knew exactly when you turned. As soon as he said that he didn't want to talk, you were like, that's it, man. I'm done with this guy.
Unfortunately, I do a talk show.
Yeah.
I mean, what do I tell you?
I know. No, it was great. It was great. And as far as Sal goes, let me just say just one thing. Just listening to this. Sal is like Stuttering John. If I was Gary, I would call him Stuttering Sal. Because Gary has the power to throw him the hell out of there.
But I don't abuse that power. The funny thing is, it's a lot like Stuttering John, which I noticed. Howard's talking to Sal. Sal's listening. Hold on a second. Sal's listening, but not hearing.
Right.
He doesn't hear it. He doesn't. He listens.
He's turning it on you. He's turning it on Christy.
I always should say to John, cut your losses and say, I got it, and move ahead. And I know that Sal can't do that. You're still upset.
He will never concede to you, Gary. He feels better than you.
Well, let me say something. Do you understand, Sal, how bizarre that whole interchange was between you and Ace Frehley?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't.
Be honest. Do you understand that?
I don't get it. No.
All right. Explain to me why you think that was normal. Tell me what was normal about it.
Because, you want to know why?
Yeah.
Because I work for the show.
Go ahead.
He's a fan of yours, a huge fan.
Okay. Who's a fan of yours?
Ace Frehley's a fan of yours.
We don't even know that.
How do you know that?
I found out.
How did you find
out? Who did you talk to?
I didn't talk to anybody on the inside. None of that. No.
So how do you know Ace Frehley's a fan of mine?
Because he dated Elena Beastie.
But what does that mean? He dated a girl that was on our show. That doesn't mean that they spoke about the show.
It's in a book that I don't want to. It's in a book I don't care to promote.
It's in a book written by a.
All right. Okay, so let's go with your logic. So you found out that Ace Frehley likes me.
I assume he likes me.
All right.
And I'm a huge Ace fan. Ace hasn't been on a form like this in quite some time. He's on the show. I come on. I got the makeup. I do everything right. I praise the guy.
Oh, go ahead.
I try to make it entertaining, which everybody thought was.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, we don't focus on that. So let's move on.
That's why you work here.
Yeah, like you on the phone. You disheveled plumber probably makes $15 an hour, and your father.
Why do you got to knock what he does for a living?
Because this guy's got to knock me. What do I do?
You knock everybody.
Sal, I'm not knocking you, man. I love what you do.
All right, I'm done with this.
No, wait, I'll finish. I'm
so
sorry.
Tell me your logic.
You're out of control, man. You're out of control. Gary needs to throw you out, man.
Go ahead.
Here's what it all boils down to. So I come in, I praise the guy, I'm dressed up, everything else. I, in my head, think Ace is saying, hey, this was pretty cool. I'm on the Howard Stern show. I'm with this dude here. He's dressed up as me. He said a lot of nice things.
So wouldn't Ace say, hey, I want a picture with you, Sal?
Maybe.
All right. But did he? So did he ask for a picture with you?
No, I asked him for one, and he blew me off and asked for a picture.
So once he blew you off, you had to go over like a pit bull. You want a picture with me. You want to take your camera and take a picture with me. And I'm saying...
All right, maybe at that point it was wrong. I didn't see that. I mean, it didn't register at that moment.
And then you said, I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
Yeah, I did. I apologize to you.
Hey, what are you nervous? What are you doing? Get out of the room if you're nervous. If you don't know how to behave, get out of the room.
I know how to behave. I know how to behave.
If the guy was looking at you, Ace Frehley, and he goes, hey, you're pretty funny. Let me take a picture with you. Then, okay, no problem.
Well, I want to remind him how funny I was, and I figured he wanted to take a picture.
All right. You got to go home and have someone explain this to you. Someone you love.
My whole logic, Howard, is that today...
You need to think.
Today he's going to talk about the show. And he's going to say...
Repeat after me. I will think.
I will think.
That's it.
But not like Sal.
Yeah, think like a normal person.
And Sal, can I just say one more thing? I shouldn't have to say this, but we actually like you. And you should just know it. I don't know why you have this paranoia that everyone's out to get you.
The only reason you're here is because we like you.
We really like you.
Well, he's
like
afraid.
You too. I like everybody. He
thinks we hired him because we hate him.
No, he's afraid that somebody else thinks Richard is funnier.
No, I don't think
yes, you do. And you think,
Robin?
Wait a minute. Come on. I'm going
to do your talk show, please.
Stop
Leave already.
And he feels that he's
jury duty my ass yesterday.
Right. And he feels that he's not getting credit.
That's not
for
true.
all of the work he does.
That's not true.
He's afraid that Richard is the favorite son.
You know something?
Richard is the favorite son.
No,
he's also the winner of the contest.
You know something?
Yeah, because he was in the band. He pushed the vote by 6%.
All right, let's end this.
See, did you hear that?
See, it's all.
Did you hear that? I said Sal's the one. I said Richard's the one that won the contest. He goes, yeah, because he's in a band. He got all his fans. He pushed the vote by 6%. Like, this is theory about everything.
You're psychotic. What's the difference? You're both working here.
Right. I love everybody. I love working here. I love the fans. You guys are painting a picture that I'm paranoid, and I'm not. There are sometimes... He's a serial killer. That's what I'm telling right now. Richard Christie's a serial killer. And mark my words. You know how the guy who said, the sky is falling, and everybody laughed and it fell? The sky is falling was Richard Christie.
Yeah, why am I like... Why do you think that about
Why
me?
attack him?
Why
I'm
you
not
beating
attacking him.
You are.
You just said he's a serial killer. And no one want to listen to
He's got a serial killer comedic mentality. And what I mean by that is that he carries a smile. He's very polite, but deep down inside, he's giving it to you, in the back. And I'm telling you.
What makes you think that?
Because
Bob, you're on the air.
Wow.
Hey, Sal, you suck.
You suck.
Richard Christie is definitely funnier than you.
I don't have a beef with that, sir.
You couldn't hold a light to him.
All right.
Go.
You know something funny that Sal does is we'll be in the
everybody I hire, it ends up being mental.
I know. What's going on here?
I don't know.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
But, like when you play one of me and Sal's bits, we'll be listening to it back in the office, and if somebody doesn't laugh, Sal notices and he gets angry. One day Artie didn't laugh at a phone call, and he goes, "How dare Artie not laugh at that? After all I've done for him."
All right, let's take a break. Nikki Ziering is waiting to come in. She's a hot chick, and we're going to give a guy a chance to win some money with Nikki Ziering. Yeah, Benji.
just since everything's coming out, I want to make sure this is okay. After the interview, I ran out to give Chuck Zito my autograph.
All right, Benji. Thanks for adding that.
Another unfunny bit from Benji. All right, way to close the show.
Perfect timing, I would say.
Yeah. Nice job, Benji. And that affected voice is
the only nice thing I did for Artie was I just gave my mom's meatballs. That's all I meant by that, Richard.
That was very nice.
There's the serial killer mode. He smiles, he laughs, and he threw me under the bus. Nobody caught it. There you go.
What?
Howard, he spends all day thinking about it.
I know. I'm worried. I mean, you gotta.
All right, let me take a break. Tonight on E! More with WWE diva Christy Hemme. Don't miss that. Go to howardstern.com. You've got Artie decked out in his suit. That's a very, very important thing for you to look at. That's what Rob and I saw when we went to dinner with Artie. We're going to take a break. Nikki Ziering will be here. We'll give her a chance to win some money for a guy who's really down and out. And she's always good to look at. And she's a hot chick.
I mean, she's right out there.
Man, we got to settle down here.
Back in a flash.
And it's a go.
Hey now, everybody. Oh, man. Oh, my balls are stuck to the side of my legs.
You can feel it this morning?
I guess older guys get that, right? Because I don't remember having that when I was young.
In summer, you know, if it's sticky.
But aren't your balls nice and tight when you're young?
Well, I was up to some nonsense yesterday. It's really been bothering me. You know, I shave my bush.
How big are your balls?
So... Like when I say shave my bush, I don't take it all the way down. I just have a clippers, and I just kind of, like, sometimes, because my penis is small, some of the hairs are longer than my actual penis. It gets depressing. Like, I'll go in the bathroom during the show real quick and, you know, have to pee, and I'll look down, and I'll see a long black hair. At least they're black, by the way. I see a long black hair longer than where the head of my penis is. And I get depressed. I'm like, wow. You know, wow.
You go to grab your penis, you get the hair?
Yeah. And then so what I do is I take those clippers and clip my balls and like right underneath the penis shaft, I will clip down. Makes things look a little cleaner, but I don't know, somehow I'm not doing it right because everything I look like a chicken, a plucked chicken.
Oh, no, it's all spotty?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm just not good with grooming and hair, and it's just like I'm a guy. I don't know what I'm doing down there. And
did you take home that shaver that
no,
that you brought in yesterday?
I have the Norelco. No, because I have something like that at home. It's not that I don't have the equipment. It's,
okay.
So I just don't know what I'm doing with it. And so then I started clipping my balls and underneath my shaft, and then I noticed something really weird. And I don't think I had this until the last couple of years. I have these long hairs growing out of the middle of my shaft.
Yeah, it seems that the only thing that keeps growing on you is hair.
I know.
Hair keeps finding new places to pop out.
It's crazy.
Except on some people's head, though.
Yeah, it forgets the head.
But I'm thinking, like, if, Beth's got to, like, unfortunately kiss my penis once in a while, and, like, she probably sees those hairs, and it's gross. So I said, well, there's got to be a way I could get rid of those hairs, like maybe just tweeze them out, but that'll really hurt. But Richard got waxed, and that's basically pulling the hair out. So I'm looking at I said, you know what the hell, let me do something. I came up with a brilliant idea, so I thought. Do
you still go through that?
Not really, but I think in the beginning it was weird at their wedding, and I was like the best man or something. I was up there in the wedding party, and I'm like, gee, I wonder if he beats off on her chest.
One of my good friends.
I wonder if my dad ever beat off on my mom's chest.
See, your best man should know the answer to that question.
Yeah, right? Yeah, beat off on her chest.
I doubt it. From that generation, I can't see that happen. I don't know, maybe. Who knows what happens? I don't know.
My brother-in-law's probably got a big, thick horse penis.
My
sister needs it good.
When you were younger, did you go through that with your sister, where you didn't like somebody? She was like really.
It was weird. Like I used to have, like her boyfriends would come over the house from college, and they'd have to sleep in my bedroom because everyone had to pretend she wasn't banging these guys.
Right.
And then
that's fun.
Yeah,
you're sleeping with her.
And I'm sleeping in there, and I have to have conversation with them. They hated me, and nobody wanted to talk. No one really conversed with me. I'm sleeping in a bed with a stranger, a guy.
That's a hilarious scene, like for a movie or something.
I'm in a room with a guy who's pretending not to bang my sister. My sister would make out with them on the couch in the family room, and my mom would...
You see it?
My mom sent me, she'd go, they're making out. You go in there, and you tell me what's going on.
So you'd have to go in and look at it.
Yeah, and I'd go, and I'd sit there and be all uncomfortable, and I'd come, what's going on? I said, well, they're kissing. What? In the family room? In front of you? Yes. She's on his lap, and they're making out. What? What? You go back in there.
Is that a desecration of the family?
Oh, my God. Imagine me sitting, because my mother figured if I sat in there...
They wouldn't do it?
And you would think they wouldn't.
But they kept going.
They could care less.
Oh, that's weird.
And why don't you suck her tits in front of me?
I went through it. One of my good friends from my grade dated my sister for a little while.
Oh, you're kidding.
That I would not
That
be able
was
to deal
weird.
with.
It only lasted a couple of months.
Yeah.
But he came to me and said, are you all right with it? And I was like, what am I going to... I said, yeah, but I was really, like, fucking seething.
Well, Beth used to date her older brother's friends all the time. And it drove him nuts. He was like, what the fuck?
I'm sure.
Come on.
That's nuts.
Imagine, like, you're hanging out with your friends. Yeah, I'm fucking your sister.
No, I can't imagine that.
I mean, I don't know if she was fucking him, but God knows what she was doing with him. I don't want to know.
Because Doug, I hung out with Doug.
Doug's the little brother.
He came to see me do stand-up in Pittsburgh once, and all his buddies are look like athlete-type kids, too.
Yeah.
They're all like, I mean, like, you look like they're a pack of guys that probably do well with broads.
Right.
Some of them are professional football players.
Really?
Yeah, I was hanging out with some of those guys.
But they all look like pro athletes, you know.
No. And every time I'm hanging around with my brothers, I'm wondering, and their friends, I'm wondering which ones, like, put the moves on my girlfriend. Little homos.
Actually, big homos.
Big homos.
Now, is Ellen all right? She had a little illness going on.
Yeah, my sister had double pneumonia. My mother thought she was dying.
Yeah, you said she's better.
Oh, my God. So my sister had to go to the hospital. It was that bad.
Yeah.
My mother calls me up. What's going on? I have to tell you something. I go, what? Your sister's in the hospital. I go, what happened? Double pneumonia. I'm like, what? Double pneumonia? How'd she get that? I don't know. She's doing something wrong. She's doing something bad. Well, she's not taking care of herself. She's not getting deep rest. I go, if she got any more rest, she'd be dead.
Well, you said you had pneumonia once a week. That's probably what she was thinking of. You said you were so unhealthy.
Well, evidently it's real serious, you know. The doctors, those animals, put her on antibiotics.
Those animals?
They didn't put the right antibiotics in her, and now they're going to kill her.
Those animals.
They're not going to kill her, Mom. They're trying to help her. They're good people. Why don't they know? How did she get this? How did she get this?
Oh, God.
I go, I don't know, but she's got it. Let's do. And she says she's going to go back to work. She's a workaholic with that work. And I think she needs to take care of herself. You call her and tell her to take care of herself. I said, who knew you loved her so much? Just love me. I'm the favorite. I called my sister. How you doing? You know, she's coughing. She sounds like shit. And she goes, I go, Mom wants you to slow down and not go back to work so quick. She goes, okay. I don't know what this means.
What's she doing?
I go, it means she's got pneumonia. It means, you know.
She got a little infection.
But the doctor said there's on her lungs. I said, all right. I said, Ma, you want me to find out what's going on? So I call up, I find out. You got it under control. They put you on antibiotic drip.
Right.
I go, Ma, they got her on antibiotic drip. Antibiotic drip? What's that? Where'd you grow up? In the Amish country?
Medicine. They're giving her medicine.
I'm going to give her one of my lungs. It's not necessary.
Just for the hell of it.
My mother gets scared of everything. She's really a fearful person. And she doesn't trust it. Huh? Well, yeah, she had a rough childhood. I know where she's coming from. I mean, you know, her mom, when my mom was 9,
Yeah.
Her mother goes into the hospital. She's dead the next day.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
So hospitals scare her.
Yeah. She's going to be dead. I go, Ma, don't you see? Your mom went into the hospital and she was dead. Do you see?
Ellen's not your mom.
Yeah, Ellen's not your mom. Oh, these doctors.
For a woman to go through that at a young age, she probably doesn't trust anything about her.
My mom had the worst childhood. My parents had the most depressing lives.
I think everybody did in that generation.
Yeah.
With the Depression.
Yeah, nobody had any money, ever. Like, a bunch of people who couldn't figure out how to make a living.
Absolutely. A lot of pain. There were like 5 people who did very well, and the rest were poor as shit. I mean, crap.
Yeah.
We get it. Shit hammers it home better.
Like, it's like a horror movie in my mother's life. Like, at 9, her mother dies. Her father ships her off to, like, an orphanage. And then from her and her sister, and they have to fend for themselves.
They were in an orphanage?
But then they went to live with relatives, and
wow.
And then her father got remarried, and he fucked up that marriage, and my mother was so happy she was going to have someone to take care of her, and then he screwed that up, and then she had 1 pair of underwear, she never had a doll to play with. I mean, you hear one, and it's like, oh my God.
Relentless
and then if you want to yell at my mother, you can't. She'll be like, oh, my father, my mother.
Well, you could tell that's why people from that generation didn't want to hear hippies whine like their children from the 60s whine about stuff.
My father's like, I've worked since I was 5 years old.
How did they keep from wringing our necks, actually?
I don't know.
Yeah,
right? With our incessant whining.
A lot of whining.
I stood on a corner with your grandfather. I had 1 shoe. 1 shoe. Did you eat the other one? I had to share a room with my 3 sisters and my mother and my father. I had to hide my personal items in the floor.
Oh.
And I'm like, wow.
What personal items?
Like if he made a little bit of money, he'd dig
really?
up the floor and hide his money down there because his parents and his sister would take it.
Oh, my goodness.
And my father would come home with 2 left shoes for me, and I'd wear them. And I'd be like, yeah. And I'd go, doesn't that bother you, Dad? No. Completely in denial that anything in his life made him miserable. I don't know, you just go on. My father's a real starker, you know what I mean? Like
what's a starker?
Like a guy who, no matter what happens, nothing bothered him.
Okay.
A stoic.
Yeah, a stoic type.
Right.
My mother was pulling away from the house one day, and she goes, it troubles me to turn my head and see Howard in the driveway as I pull away. It makes me sad. My father goes, well, don't look.
Solution to everything.
Solution to everything. I don't look at him.
Well, that's like when you tell one of those generations about, like, I didn't go to college and I was working as a longshoreman making 60 G's. I quit to try to get into comedy. So my mother's trying to explain to my grandparents, like, he's chasing, they go, why did he quit that job? Yeah. He's like, he's chasing a dream. And he's like, my grandma's like, a dream? What is he, Peter Pan?
Yeah. No Lang ever has a dream.
I was like, what the fuck chases a dream? What are you talking about?
My dad was the same way. Like, when I told my dad I want to go to radio, he goes, you? Like, in other words, how could any piece of shit that came from his loins actually succeed? You don't even, because he'd meet announcers, accomplished guys. Everyone wants little kids do, and then I'd be like, I know Don Adams, I know Vincent Gardenia, I know Sandy Becker. These are voiceover people, they're educated. I'm 7, okay?
Oh, God.
I'm not educated yet. They're educated, they have proper pronunciation, they're all in summer stock and theater groups. And you? That's stupid.
They don't want to hear dreams, like chasing a dream.
Right. Yeah,
right. I mean, it was the same with me leaving nursing. You're what?
What are you talking about?
Are you out of your mind?
You got to be nuts.
Fucking idiot. What?
And then my father would turn on the radio and listen to me on the radio, and he goes, they actually pay you.
Wow.
Yeah.
They still don't get it.
Right. Well, hey.
You can get money for doing that?
Yeah, Mr. Moneybags. And my father was, you're not going to make a living. I mean, what kind of living are you making? I'm living in a black neighborhood. I'm white. You're Mr. Moneybags. He's got all kind of advice.
You call that a living?
I'm living with black people. 5 to a family.
Well, I bring all of this up to say, Tiger Woods' father died.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy,
that guy was one guy
loved his father.
Well, he knew he was going to be a golfer from that's one father who knew.
I don't know, man. Something smells fishy with that whole relationship. Yeah,
no,
you know.
I'm sitting here reading. I don't think you can find a bad thing in here. Tiger loved his father. He left a tournament to be with his father. At the end, he cried at his last Masters.
Yeah,
his father couldn't be there.
But what if he didn't become Tiger Woods? That's the thing.
Oh, he would have had a big problem.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Have you read what his father said about him?
What did he say?
He's the bridge between the East and the West. When he was born, I knew he was special.
Hi, Daddy. There's something really sick in that. If he was feeling that, like his son's the Messiah, his son's God, like, you know what pressure that is?
No, I couldn't have. That's insane
My
pressure.
mother thought I was Jesus, the second coming. She'd go, "You're my representative on earth. You are going to go out there.
That's pressure.
And be my representative every day."
He was not just raising a golfer.
Every day.
He wanted to raise a good person.
I want you to dress every day like you're going to meet the governor. I go, I live in a shithole.
Earl,
see, but that's why the time influential list has got to be really important to her then. After that, right?
Who knows?
She probably loves that.
Let me just say, Earl Wood said, I don't know yet exactly what form this will take, but Tiger is the chosen one.
That's craziness.
He'll have the power to impact nations, not people, nations.
Hey, he's a golfer. Let's
the world is just getting a taste of his power.
No wonder he loved his father. Father worshipped him.
And then he became the greatest at something.
Well, what if Tiger
He's not
Woods...
done yet, though. This is only the first part of the plan.
What if Tiger Woods wasn't successful, and then he feels like a failure in his father's eyes?
Be an alcoholic.
Please, come on.
Be an alcoholic in a bar.
Well, there you go.
I was supposed to be the best golfer. I was supposed to influence nations.
No, I overdosed on cocaine.
So now Tiger has to, he's at home and he's devastated, and, they got to get ready to have a funeral. I'm sure it'll be a very sad and moving eulogy.
Oh, my God.
He gives for
That's like telling my grandparents, like, show business to them was like Dean Martin. Like, my mother said he wants to get into show business. Like, show business? Doesn't he shit his pants every weekend?
Hey, look at you. Now you're dressed as a pig.
But it makes you think, do you ever think of what you'll say at your father's funeral?
I do. Listen, there's a lot of love there, too.
I gave the eulogy for my old man. That was
What'd you say?
Very hard.
Can I have a copy of it in case my dad does?
You know what? There probably is a copy around.
I
You
need
can
that.
goof on.
No, I would talk about my father's life and how hard it was, and his accomplishments and his generous spirit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just told all the good times I had with him as a kid. I mean, he did spend a lot of time with me. A lot of people talk about their fathers not spending time. We played catch almost every day. And
really?
How do you figure you're so fucked up? I mean, it seems like you had a good childhood.
Well, I think his falling had a lot to, it was hard to see him like that. Like, if he had just died when he fell, it would have been
But you were already older. I mean, all your formative shit.
I was 17.
That's what I'm saying. I mean like,
but
you shouldn't have been. I mean, you're like a drunk, you overeat, you're an alcoholic, you're a cocaine addict. I mean, Jesus Christ, your dad spent time with you.
It was hard seeing him as a quadriplegic for 4 years. It really was.
Was it?
So you're thinking that if that had never happened...
You'd be a really good-looking
I'm not blaming it all on that. Because my sister went through the same thing, never had an ounce of trouble.
Right.
Woman's got no ounce of fat on her.
And she was never like an alcoholic or anything.
Right.
I don't know. That didn't help the situation. But I probably would have been a fuck-up on some level. Sure.
Yeah, because you're saying that your dad did all the right stuff.
It's in my blood to be a fuck-up.
Artie Lang Movie of the Week. We explore if Artie's father never fell, and Artie became President of the United States. Artie Lang.
President Lang.
President Lang.
Here's the First Lady now.
Dana.
That's some first couple.
Dana and Artie. American sweethearts. All right, anything else, Robin?
Yes, I don't know why this disturbs me, but a woman has had a second set of triplets.
It disturbs you because we've become like dogs. Through medical science. Most of these people through fertility drugs, through the transplanting of, what do you call that? Eggs. We've become a society of medical science.
Well, they're claiming neither set of triplets came from medical help on their part. Yeah.
I'm shocked by that.
Very...
then I got nothing to say.
Yeah, I just don't like it. There's a new competition going on in sports. How much have you lost gambling? Yesterday, a golfer was featured in the paper. This, John Daly. Who says he's in the hole $60 million from gambling.
Who knew he made that kind of money?
Oh, golfers make tons of money. The pros, here at the top of the game. He said he owed $4 million to casinos in 2 years of gambling until he won the 1995 British Open at St. Andrews, his second major. The victory and the ability to get handsome appearance fees enabled him to pay off that debt.
Oh, could you imagine just working to pay off that kind of debt? Like, that's crazy. Gambling is insane.
Yeah, so he says that it's been a major, major problem for him. He's beaten every other problem except gambling, and if he doesn't get it under control, it's going to flat out ruin him, he says.
He's had a lot of issues, that guy.
Meanwhile, after hearing this, Charles Barkley says, well, I've lost $10 million.
Wow.
Charles Barkley lost $10 million?
That's what he says.
Oh, my God.
He was on ESPN Sports Center, and he says he's not concerned right now because he's got a lot of money. About losing a lot of money. But he eventually hopes he'll be able to gamble for a little money and be happy losing a little money instead of winning lots of money and losing lots of money.
It doesn't work that way. Either you quit gambling cold turkey, or there's no such thing as like a gambling habit getting less. Yeah, it's like smoking 1 cigarette a day. No, it always goes up to 2. It just doesn't work that way. That's insane.
Gambling, to make it interesting, if you got that kind of money, you got to bet more money.
I just want to remind you, John Daly's coming on a show in like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
That's right. Is he still coming in?
Yeah, he's coming in.
Yeah.
John Daly.
Yeah, Barkley says it's a great feeling to him when he takes a big pot of money off of the casinos, but then he gives it right back. He loses again. And he says he's got to get over that. That's the thing. He has to realize he's not really hitting them for a lot of money. He's only hitting them for chump change.
Right.
But I guess everybody's going to come out of the woodwork now telling us how much they lose at gambling.
Right.
In Hollywood, there are some people who make some very hefty salaries making movies. Jim Carrey among them. His paycheck, usually for a movie, is about $25 million.
Wow.
But they say as a result of the performance of his last couple of movies, that's a bit of a gamble these days, paying him $25 million.
Right.
He really ought to back off that a little bit because he doesn't perform that well at the box office anymore.
Put 2 hands on each ass cheek and spread them and make your ass talk. That was the best.
Let's do it.
Why he can't continue.
Stop with all this highbrow stuff.
Well, it's like Napoleon Dynamite. That guy should just be Napoleon Dynamite. And that's it. Don't try to act. And Jim Carrey should just be the guy who talks through his ass. Nobody cares about those serious movies. We've proven that.
He just can't get it together to do that anymore.
Right.
They are also saying that people whose price tags are too high include Nicole Kidman.
Right.
Will Ferrell.
Right.
And Eddie Murphy.
When's the last time Eddie Murphy cashed took a movie and made a big payday?
Well, that's what they're saying. That they aren't worth the money they're getting right now because they don't perform as well at the box office.
I do admit that it is sad to me to see what's happened with Eddie Murphy. It really is it's just baffling to me that super talent has just gone to waste.
He's got to make a kids movie for it to make money, you know?
I don't know, man, but there's a guy.
But he has. Didn't I hear that they're making a Beverly Hills Cop movie now?
Another one?
It's over.
I think so.
That would be 4.
Sit down with a bunch of your buddies and write a good movie and make one. I mean, come on, man.
Beverly Hills Cop 3 was unwatchable.
Come on, man. Look, man.
Yeah, he's hoping you've forgotten about Beverly Hills.
Look,
Will Ferrell at $20 million, they say, made the list of risky bets, given the box office disappointments of his last couple. And Eddie Murphy's $20 million was considered downright too pricey. The sure bets and still include Tom Hanks. They say at $25 million, he's worth every penny.
Look, man.
Because he's one of the most bankable brand names in the world. Oscar nominee Jake Gyllenhaal at $5 million to $7 million a picture, and Rachel McAdams at $3 to $4 million were considered absolute bargains.
all from Entertainment Weekly.
All these people making all kind of money, man.
Will Ferrell gets $20 million, huh?
Yeah.
Well, because Elf was a huge movie.
All because of Elf.
Right.
God bless Elf. I just got another 7 Gs from Elf.
Yeah? How often you get a check on that one?
Elf and Old School are the two best ones because they made money. About once every 4 months I'll get an Elf check. Right. And once every, 4 or 5 months I get an Old School check. And now Mad TVs are constant because they're on Comedy Central.
Wow. And how much do you get for Mad TV? Is that a good number?
The last one I got was $1,200.
Oh, that's
nice.
Free money.
You're not kidding.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Commission free, too.
Now, we've heard this before. A Chicago mayor's in hot water after he used his official credit card at a strip club.
Oh, good. I mean, come on.
Good move.
New Lenox Mayor Mike Smith admitted using the card to pick up the $1,400 tab at the VIP nightclub.
Where's this, New Haven?
Hey, where are the white women
this
at?
was up in New Lenox.
Knockers.
He says it was just poor judgment on his part.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
So there you go. He didn't realize he was using the government credit card to pay for strippers.
You're a white guy?
I don't know. In Illinois, a man is suing
How can you not know that? Isn't that key to the story?
I don't have his picture, and they don't say the white mayor of New Lenox.
There's some hoes in this house. What else is in the news, Robin?
An Illinois man is suing a marriage guidance counselor for having an affair with his wife. This 35-year-old dude from McHenry County had hired the therapist to improve his marriage, but he claims instead that the therapist began an affair with his wife that caused the couple to get a divorce.
Hey, Micah.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Not too much. Is this Howard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, man, I love the show on Sirius.
Thank you.
Hey,
you know what's really funny? I got I'm starting to get calls now for, they want me to go back on terrestrial radio.
You're kidding.
You know, us, like the Opie and Anthony deal, you know?
Are you kidding me?
No. To go up against guys like that and come back and kick ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I don't think so. Let's see some shenanigans. I'm okay. I like it right here. I can't see going back to terrestrial radio. I would be miserable.
I had dinner with a friend of mine who's still in terrestrial radio. I was just sort of sad for her.
Yeah, I mean, it's just horrible.
Tell you what, man, it would be hard for me. I'd have to put the brakes on.
Yeah.
I'd be going 80 and going...
Me too.
Making myself not, talk like the way, having fun.
Nah, you know what, I'm done. I mean, it would be funny to go back on against CBS and kick their fucking ass in. Just because they're just such piles of shit.
Right.
But
you got to take all that crap that goes with being on terrestrial radio.
Hey, I might just do it just to shut them up about this lawsuit. You know what I mean? You fuckers. How's that? I'll come back and ruin any goddamn plans. I'll go make money for some other company.
Well, I have to admit, there's one thing that I do not understand. I went in a store yesterday, and a guy behind me on the escalator says, Robin, is that you? And I said, yes. And he goes, you guys changed my life. How are you doing over on satellite? He doesn't listen. He hasn't gotten satellite.
Maybe now with the new portable unit.
You fucking geek!
I don't know what it takes for people to do it. Yeah. I think all those people will eventually be with us. I truly do. I think that what's going to happen is they're going to get a new car, or someone's going to give them a gift, and they're going to get totally hooked in.
Yeah, but how do you say you changed my life and I still didn't go get it?
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Hey, you got any Carson's ribs left?
You've won a mouth-watering party from Carson's Barbecue. Baby back ribs, pork chops, cheesy potatoes, bread, brownies. You'll love it. That's Carson's. Call them. 800-GET-RIBS or on the web at ribs.com. Hold on.
Thanks.
Okay. Aren't you the guy taking the pills to increase your load?
Yeah.
How come you never brought that up?
Well, I've been taking these pills for about a year, and they're not for that. They're fruit and vegetable supplement. And I've noticed...
Why don't you just eat fruit and vegetables?
Fruit and vegetable supplements?
Well, they're for people who don't get enough fruits and vegetables in their diet, so they're...
Where are you?
Where do you live? Zimbabwe?
You can get a lot of fruits and vegetables.
Where the hell are you living?
Where are you that they don't have any fruits and vegetables?
I don't know, I'm just...
The only place I know like that is Washougal, Washington. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
Oh, you do live there?
Yep.
You may need a supplement.
I know. He's calling us from the 1840s, before there was really good
That's right. All the fruit
produce.
is rotten.
Yeah.
Can you get electricity?
Dude, what do you mean? You just can't eat fruit?
I don't eat much fruit and vegetables, so I take these pills to kind of help out and stay healthy, you know.
Why don't you just eat an apple? Honestly, I mean, I'm not making jokes.
I don't know. I'm kind of like Artie, I guess. I eat too much junk food.
Mm-hmm. So you started taking that and your load got all big?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, like thick ropes, you know, and the amount.
Men are disgusting. All right, hold on, man. I'll give you your barbecue ribs. I don't want to hear about your rope. Jesus Christ.
The way you said it was a little too casual, too. Thick ropes.
It's probably a loan.
Can't believe that there's a name for that, ropes.
Ugh. That's gross.
And all those ropes are going into a tissue.
Like when you're like a woman, does like the idea of a good thick load turn you on?
Like I said, you want to see a lot of production.
You do?
Yes.
Do you want to see a rope?
I don't want to see a rope. But
you want to see a lot of production?
Yeah, you want to feel like you made somebody just expend their entire everything.
Yeah, because Beth will sometimes check my rubber. She goes, well, you didn't do it that much.
Right,
and I go, well,
like you feel like, hey, what's this? What's this?
Because I beat off 2 times. Sorry.
Where's the load?
You want a load? Take care of me more. Anything else, Robin?
A big load.
Yes, Zacharias Moussaoui heard his verdict yesterday. The jury decided to give him life without the possibility of parole rather than the death penalty. Here is President Bush, number 1, on the verdict.
Wait a second. My mouse pad is fucked up. Wait a sec. Okay, got it now.
In so doing, they spared his life, which is something that he evidently wasn't willing to do for innocent American citizens.
That's right. But like Robin said, where they're putting him is way worse because he's going to be in ISO 23 hours a day, 1 hour a day for exercise with no sunlight. He's going to go berserk.
Yeah, he's laughing now, but he doesn't know really what's in for him. He's going to no party. However, I do see, he's, I guess, a French citizen.
Yeah.
And I saw a little thing that came over the wire a little while ago that the French may reserve the right to ask that he serve his time there.
Why?
Which I would not like
at
all. And I doubt if the U.S. will take them up on
that.
that.
He'll be out soon. He'd be a hero in France, probably.
Well, yeah, they'd eventually have him walking around on the street or something.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. And this whole situation with Iran is still in the news. I was actually watching PBS last night, and Charlie Rose, who is, I guess, recovering from something, he has other people sitting in for him doing
He's recovering from transsexual surgery.
Oh.
He's now a woman.
He's Charlene Rose.
Yeah, now he had some heart thing.
Yeah, so he has other people sitting in for him. And Madeleine Albright, the former Secretary of State, was on the program last night, and she was just brilliant, and she put this into such perspective. She was talking about what a mess this country is in because we went into Iraq, and it has improved the Iranian situation in world opinion, and that's why now Iran is moving toward getting nuclear weapons.
Yeah, you see, everything has an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, so she just put it all into perspective, and she said she hopes that we have a good outcome here, but what we have damaged, taken in damage in our reputation around the world, because there is no justification for this war we started. We're really in a diplomatic mess.
What is it, Gary?
We're pretty close to being done, would you say?
Yeah.
Because somebody just told me that Jamie Foxx is walking around the building, and I wasn't sure if you wanted me to try to bring him in.
I don't care, man.
I know
I've done 5 hours.
You look like that guy in the wheelchair. You look like Stephen Hawking.
It's enough. Jamie Foxx, nice guy, I'm sure. But
we've met him before.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but we met him before everybody gave a shit.
Yeah, before the Oscar and all that.
I ain't doing another hour.
So anyway, here's the president weighing in and saying that Iran must be kept from developing a nuclear weapon.
Put Jamie Foxx on the wrap-up show. Let me sit there with you guys.
The goal is clear, and that is the Iranians should not have a nuclear weapon or the capacity to make a nuclear weapon.
You can't even say
it's
nuclear.
Nuclear.
I know. Jimmy Carter used to do that, too.
And the German chancellor is agreeing with the president at this point. He says Iran must be contained.
Okay. You got a number on that?
Yes, number 3.
Angela Merkel?
Yes, Angela Merkel is the chancellor of Germany.
It's a woman?
Yeah.
Oh.
We are in agreement also that a diplomatic solution needs to be found, and we do...
Germany has a woman?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Hey, Chris.
Hello?
In her defense, though, she's super muscular. Yes, Chris.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
I got a bit idea. It's based on Deal or No Deal. It's called Meal or No Meal for Artie.
How's it work?
Increments of food. Start with like a meatball is the lowest, as like 1 penny. Going up to Artie's favorite meal, like a filet mignon or whatever, as the $1 million prize, and you go through.
Meal or no meal?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure. I never really saw that show. So
Alan, you're on the air. Don't worry. You're not missing anything.
Right.
Go ahead, Alan.
Hey, how's it going, Howard?
Good.
Hello?
Yeah.
How now? Hey, I'm listening on the West Coast, bud. Hey, I'd love it. You guys should have Richard Christie call that crazy Lady Mary and be like, hey, call her on the show. I just wanted to ask you out on a date. And give her some validity to some kind of story she can actually start telling down the road.
Yeah, we should all ask her for dates. She seems to think that we're all asking her out, or at least I am. Anyway, anything else, Robin?
Yeah, I wanted, Paris was voted out of American Idol last night. Here's Ryan Seacrest giving her the news. Number 12.
All right.
America voted Harrison Elliott. And Elliott, you may sit down. You are safe. Paris leaves us tonight.
Boy, those kids care, huh?
Oh, listen to that racket.
Should see the racket in my bedroom when they announced that. I go wild.
And here Paris sings her farewell song. I wanted to hear what she sounded like.
Chemistry was crazy from the get-go. Neither one of us knew why. We couldn't deal nothing overnight, cause a love like this takes some time. People swore it off as they said we can't.
They have to go off on their worst performance. That's funny.
Well, I don't know, man. That didn't sound so good, right?
No. That's why she's out.
She's done. Over. Chris, you're on the air.
Get out of here.
Chris in San Diego.
Hey, what's up, Howard?
Hey, brother.
I was going to talk to you about Adam Carolla out here in San Diego. I don't know how you feel about him. I think you're still cool with him, right?
I'm cool with Adam. I'm cool with everyone.
I know that, but dude, check this out, man. I've been trying to call your show for like 2 years straight, and I always they hang up on you or whatever. They never use your topic, whatever. When Adam Carolla first started, the first call I got straight through to him, and I was like, what the hell?
Well, you're saying that it confirms the ratings, that you're able to get right through on the phone.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he's not lighting the world on fire. He's a funny guy. I don't know.
They say he's getting better. That's what we heard.
Let him hang in there. He's going to be doing just fine.
Yeah.
Everyone on terrestrial radio, a gigazint.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying? That's Italian for do your thing, man. Go have a party. I'm having my party right here. Thank you, Chris.
All right.
That's Chris, who says it's easy to get through on the phone to Adam Carolla.
Well, if you want to be on the radio, then call Adam Carolla.
In fact, I'll give you his home phone number. It's even easier getting through to him there. Anything else, Robin?
Tom Cruise was in New York yesterday. Here's Tom saying New York City is off the hook.
Do you think he really feels that way, or is he saying that to appease us? So we go to his new movie.
He's trying to fit in. 2-2.
2-2.
It's exciting. Most exciting day of premieres. It was incredible. The city was off the hook. We had a blast.
Wow.
All right. City's off the hook. Here's Philip Seymour Hoffman, who is in Mission Impossible 2 or 3 with Tom. He says it's an actor's movie.
It's a real kind of an actor's movie, actually. And everyone has their scenes where
go see it. Blue Iris, you're on the air in Los Angeles.
Hi.
What can we do for you?
Yeah, Blue, I got to run because it's 11:03 here in New York.
Oh,
I needed to ask you one very important question, and it'll only take a minute.
You sound like you're very far from the phone.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I started a porn company in my name, and we did some scenes and everything. We're getting it all done because I have to have surgery because I have a tumor on my ovaries.
Well, that's sexy.
Pardon?
And so what do you want my advice from?
So, okay, we did one scene as a nun who specializes in sexuality. And I don't think we should have a nun in our film.
Well, you know what? It's blasphemous. It's blasphemous.
Yeah,
in other words, Catholics will be very offended.
I don't want it.
Yeah. You know, it's funny with a lot of people who would do something like that, but I guarantee you, if your company had any balls, you wouldn't put an Islamic religious figure in your porno because they would blow your ass up.
That's what I want to do.
One thing about those Islamic guys, they don't fuck around about their religion.
Well, you know, Comedy Central stopped the South Park guys from doing a Muslim parody.
One thing about those Muslims, they've quieted everyone. You don't see anybody goofing on their religion.
You know, Trey and whatever his name were, they were pissed.
Jordanian woman.
What?
I want to do a Jordanian woman that's opened up a dildo factory.
All right, listen, Blue, I got to run. You're going to have to call me another time. When's the surgery?
I'm going to the doctor today, and I'll know more.
All right, call me tomorrow. Call me during regular office hours here, and not at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, okay?
I've been up all night trying to get through. I haven't been to bed yet.
I'll call you back tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. I don't even know what she wants.
I don't either.
I just don't have time for it.
Yeah. J.J. Abrams loved working with Tom Cruise, 2-4.
Working with Tom was an incredible thing for a couple reasons. One is that he gave me the opportunity to do this movie. And two, every day he was the most supportive, collaborative partner in this endeavor. So I'm grateful for the experience, and I'm certainly grateful for the opportunity.
There you go.
And Kanye West liked working with Cruise, too.
Yo, he's mad cool. Actually, we have a lot of similarities on certain theories on creativity and getting that #1 spot and trying to hold on to it. And
nice.
Yo.
Anything else?
That's what's happening.
All right, Robin. I'll see you tomorrow. I want to thank Gina Lynn for stopping by. That was fun. She's at GinaLynn.com.
Nice ass.
Yeah. Nice ass is right. Also, David Blaine, thank you. His special will be on TV Monday night at 8 o'clock on ABC.
And he's in the tank right now. You can go see him.
Yeah, go see him in the tank.
Yeah, I'm going to head over there.
I'm going to throw 𝗛ćkhi𝗏 in there. I'll tell you, nobody gets the death sentence anymore. Nobody. Really.
Well, if we do, we just decide that, you know, it's cruel and inhumane.
Yeah. That's the problem. You read about these horrible things people do.
Oh, yeah.
And then these lawyers, they get a hold of the jury, and they dress the guy up in a suit, and they tell you about his bad childhood and the fact that he's crazy, and because his parents were horrible. And everybody boo-hoo-hoo, wah.
Even 𝗛ćkhi𝗏 said that was a bunch of U.S. BS.
Yeah.
He's not. He's fine, he feels.
That's right.
If you want to put him to death, put him to death.
Get ready for King Norris at the Nutty Irishman, Saturday, May 20th, 32 Main Street, Farmingdale, Long Island. 516-293-9700. Get Vertigo Blues' new song for free at vertigobluemusic.com. Friday, May 5th, Sal and Bob Levy at the Comedy Cabaret in Northeast Philly. 215-676-JOKE for tickets. And May 6th, the Firehouse in Westchester, PA. 610-692-5404 for tickets. Friday, May 12th, stand-up comedy with the Reverend Bob Levy. Sal the Stockbroker, Shuley, Craig Gass, and High Pitch Eric at the Sherman Theater, Stroudsburg, PA. Call 570-42...
disguised as Howard Stern, a mild-mannered DJ.
He spreads his cheeks and how he reeks as he emits his campaign. Foxman, Foxman, feel the blast from his mighty ass.
Made up my mind to make a new start.
We're going to California!
With an aching in my heart. This summer I hear the drumming for dead in
Ohio!
I want to be a part of it.
New York! New York!
I went from Phoenix,
Arizona!
all the way to
Dakota! Pennsylvania! Ohio! D.C.
Northern
California!
where the girls are. Welcome to the hotel.
California!
Doing this.
We'll just play Imagine then or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of songs.
I don't even know why Imagine would be right. We need a song like Howard is leaving. Here's the lyrics we need. Howard is leaving. Things are changing.
Times they are changing.
Times they are changing. Don't look back at...
Take me to the other side.
Take me to the other side.
I know. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello.
There you go. But no, just that line.
Right.
Maybe we should have a montage every morning. How's that?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
start working
'Cause, like, pieces of these songs work.
Right.
Like, Don't Look Back is fine. But after that,
anger, right.
So Sally can wait.
Right. Like, won't get fooled again. Might be good, but the rest
Why?
I don't even know.
Why would we be? We weren't fooled the first time, were we?
I don't know exactly.
We got to have a point.
We were doing so well up until today.
We fell apart. What are you going to do? Good morning, everybody. First of all, made me feel really good, Robin, that you were there last night with me at Letterman. I wanted to thank you for that.
It was
nice.
great.
It was great to have you around there and see you doing your thing in the halls, and it just felt good. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad it was a support, and
yeah,
that's what I wanted. It was fun to be there. There's a lot of excitement when you go over there. You know, the place was a buzz.
Yeah, it's like I was listening to the CBS News report Gary just played me. You would think the president showed up. Listen to this.
A familiar face is going to be on David Letterman tonight, none other than the self-proclaimed king of all media, Howard Stern himself. And Tamsin Fidel is live outside Letterman Studios in Midtown with more. Tamsin?
Well, Howard Stern just left the building here after taping The Late Show with David Letterman that will air tonight. But, of course, before he went inside, he took some time to talk with CBS, too. The line of people waiting to see Howard Stern on The Late Show with David Letterman wrapped around the building. Then there were the groupies at the side door, all hoping for a glimpse of the shock jock.
King of all media! King of all media!
Groupies were AA and high pitch.
Just before 4, a limo pulled up inside Stern and his girlfriend, Beth Ostrowski. Stern stopped to talk with CBS 2 about his move to Sirius Satellite Radio.
Probably the most exciting thing I've been a part of in my entire career.
And what about his one-day suspension?
I'm going to tell Dave all about my suspension. It was probably the best thing that ever happened to me, quite frankly. I had a nice day off, nice dinner. They paid me in full, so it was pretty great.
Stern talked about his new TV channel, Howard Stern On Demand, then took some time to banter a bit.
We have our own news department, the Howard 100 News Team. All things Howard, all the time.
I heard that about that. I just met your chief correspondent.
By the way, I hadn't heard this before. I didn't get a chance to pre-screen it. And it is ironic to me that Viacom is suspending me here for mentioning satellite. And then I go on CBS News, which is Viacom, and I go on Letterman.
And they all mention it.
And these reports are mentioning it, which is because, you know what, they don't care. It's just they don't care. The only one who seems to care is Tom and Joel.
Yeah.
Infinity.
I mean, when Tom came to me yesterday and said, I don't want you mentioning your revelations before you leave because you're going to continue them over there.
Pointing up.
Wait a second. Are you going to charge me for consulting?
See, these are the kind of ideas that I'm providing to Adam.
You are a genius.
What would you rather watch, Commander-in-Chief or Elephant Boy take a leak?
All right. Robin, it is time. It is time. Oh, wait. Ross Abloh wants to say something. Yes, Ross. Ross, you there?
Yeah, Howard, how are you?
Hey, now.
So, Jimmy being on the air reminded me of something. I've been reading, for some reasons I'd rather not discuss, all these Jewish publications and newspapers, and there's a huge controversy in the community about Jimmy's girlfriend. Because apparently they showed her new movie at the some Jewish film festival in Boston, and it caused an uproar. You know, just because she's Jewish, should we be showing her movies because she's offending everybody in the community, including the Jews? And there's this whole debate about whether she should be ostracized or not.
I saw her movie. It was great. I don't know what they're talking about.
No, I thought it was absurd, but it's just funny that in like all these Jewish publications, there's like a whole debate about her.
How's it going with her, Jimmy? With Sarah?
It's going great.
You getting itchy to get out of that relationship?
No. I'm trying to get her to drive my kids to school.
Yeah.
She won't do it.
Any marriage plans?
No, we have no marriage plans.
Very good.
Yeah.
You don't need that.
Well, she's not pushing me for it.
She says she wants kids.
Yeah, but she says she wants to adopt kids from other countries.
Would you ever want to do that?
No.
Oh, my God.
No.
You don't even know those people.
Yeah. I don't need to drive anyone else to school.
So if Sarah says to you, look, I want to adopt a baby from Ethiopia, which I think is very noble.
Yes.
You're out of the
Not
relationship.
anything you want to be involved in, but very noble.
You're out of the relationship, right?
Well, I mean, I
honest.
wouldn't say that, but...
What are you going to do, sit there and take care of an Ethiopian baby?
The adopted kid will start.
You have to walk it. You have to clean up after it.
That's right.
And all that sort of
Are
thing.
you going to be like the Woody Allen, Mia Farrow thing? You'll live across the street or something?
Yeah, try to get a hot Asian one.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, then one day you can marry it.
All right, let's talk news. Let's get to it. Jimmy Kimmel, of course, will be hosting a fundraiser at the Waldorf in Manhattan tomorrow night for the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which I'm not invited to. Who's going to that? Anybody good?
Yeah, that's a good deal. Good thing to do.
Any big celebs?
Sarah is performing. Sarah Silverman.
Oh.
Colin Quinn is performing.
Wow.
Wanda Sykes.
Wow.
John Mellencamp.
Wow.
Should be good.
All right. He's such a good person. All right, let's go to Robin and find out what's in the news.
Charity thing.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be happy with yourself. You don't pick up page 6 and read about your daughters every day.
Not yet.
No, I hope not.
I'm just reading here that Kimberly Stewart, Rod's daughter, is now getting married. They think she's running off to marry somebody this weekend in Las Vegas. She just got out of a relationship with Joe Francis, and I read that item in page 6, and I said, can you imagine picking up the paper and finding out your daughter is going out with Joe Francis of Girls Gone Wild?
Ugh. That's the worst possible news.
Yeah.
It is.
So
I'd rather go to jail.
She broke up with him, and she just met this new guy, and she's going to marry him. You know, they've been together about 2-3 weeks.
I'd rather my son was dating and doing heroin with Andy Dick than my daughter dating Joe Francis.
There you go.
Yeah, somehow that's, the low point in your life when your daughter is dating Joe Francis.
You think Joe Francis really has as much money as he says? Like, he has a $50 million jet and stuff. Could that be real? From Girls Gone Wild?
He's stealing the jet time?
I don't know. I mean, Girls Gone Wild makes that much money?
And where are the rip-off artists, by the way? Everything gets, when something's really successful financially, somebody else, where are the other, the Ladies Gone Crazy videos and that sort of thing?
We're working on it.
If he's making that much money.
I don't know.
There's something up there.
I don't know, but he seems to have the money.
I think he actually killed the maker of Ladies Gone Crazy. That's what he's doing. Bumps him
kills
off
the competition.
That's right.
And we were talking about extravagant things. Blender Magazine did that whole article on crazy things that really rich people spend money on. They say the other night that Olivia Newton-John and some friends spent $9,500 on dinner. Or it wasn't even dinner. It was lunch.
I'll tell you, it looks like
4 people eating lunch.
Yeah, she's put on a few.
Look at Olivia.
I know. I was looking at her face, and I was like, ooh.
$9,000. Well, she was very ill, but they have $9,000 for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to bloat you. Was that just for her or for all of her friends, too?
And they didn't leave a tip.
No.
What? That can't be true.
They say that they were eating Kobe beef, like all these expensive
I have such
kinds of things.
I have such respect for money. I could never live myself if I did something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
$9,000 for lunch. It just seems obscene. I'd rather see it go to charity or something. Honest to God, I would. And like Artie was saying, the most extravagant thing he's ever done,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't even do this. He had to make a duty, and he was in a foreign place.
I was in L.A., yeah.
He went to a really good hotel, rented a hotel room just so he could make a duty and left.
Oh, wow.
And
I
checked out, and I ordered a little room service. I checked out an hour later and caught a red eye.
Well, what kind of room was it?
It was at the Four Seasons in L.A.
Was it a suite or?
No, it was at the 𝗏.
Was the entire upper floor?
No, it was at the 𝗏 in L.A.
Do you do any extravagant things, Jimmy? You've come in for some money
Oh, Jimmy
from
does.
Infinity.
I do.
I saw Jimmy on vacation. He was wild.
Yeah?
I have 17 televisions in my house. That's the closest thing. Yeah, I get a lot of TV. I have a good story, actually. Hulk Hogan told me about Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant, when they'd go on the road together, he would, I don't know if this is going to make it out here, but he would...
clean it up.
He would do his business in such large quantities that I don't know if he had to do it in the bathtub or he just chose to do it in the bathtub.
Oh, my God.
But he thought it would be very funny to he'd do it in the bathtub, and once he did it on the bed, just like a mount, like remember like Close Encounters to mashed potatoes, and he called Hulk Hogan and told him, "Get over here now." And he comes, he knocks the door, he thinks something's wrong, and he walks in, and there's this little mountain, and Andre the Giant was just rolling on the floor laughing.
Well, you got to figure he must have had some big ones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did they weigh it?
No.
Well, I'll put that on my channel.
There's another idea for the channel.
There you go.
Well, unfortunately, you can't do that anymore. Isn't he gone?
Yeah.
Also in the news, did anybody get any Google stock when it was $85?
No.
Do you see what it's up to?
Like 200
in one
something?
year, $400 a share.
And I was like, well, how do they make money with a search engine? I don't even know about that.
Advertising, I guess.
I'm so out of it.
Hey, you know what? I'm obsessed with this stock. It opened at 85.
You got it?
No, I got none of it.
Oh.
But I follow it every day. It opened at $85, right?
Right.
Then it went up to like 100, and everyone said, it got up to like the mid-150s, and people go, that's about what it can be. You know, don't buy it. It's no good. Then it got up to 200. Everyone said it was overvalued. 250, 300. Everyone says it's insane. It cannot go over 300. Now it's at 400, and they're saying that it could be a $500 stock.
Does Google make that much money in terms of its advertising?
You know, I'm reading a book about them now, and it seems that they do. It seems like they are, but so far ahead of every other search engine that they make tons of money.
See, I'm a Yahoo guy.
Really?
Yeah.
See, because I Google.
I don't even like typing the word Google.
And they've actually...
I don't. I just feel stupid.
And the other thing is Google's come up with a whole... See, they keep coming up with different things. Like, you can do a thing on your laptop or on your computer. Yeah. It's Google just for your computer. So if you wanted to search something just on your computer, you find it. Mm-hmm. And so they keep coming up with new ideas.
All right.
But it's, $400. I look at it every day and just...
And nobody knows where it's going to stop.
Right.
It's going to stop when I buy it. I know exactly where it's going to stop.
Could you buy it now so this could all stop?
I never have any luck with any of that crap.
It was near impossible to get as an $85.
I had a bunch of Viacom stock. That did me a lot of good.
As an IPO, it was nearly impossible to get. But at $100 a share, you could have said to yourself, let me have a bunch.
Yeah.
But everyone thought it was overvalued.
Well, there you go.
Amazing.
What else is in the news, Robin?
They say that Russell Crowe has come to some kind of a secret deal, so he'll be able to continue to make movies in the United States. They say they're going to have him plead guilty to a misdemeanor rather than a felony. And that way he won't have to do any more jail time for throwing a phone at a concierge.
Some guys have all the luck. I know I throw a phone at a guy.
You're going down, brother.
Life
You'll be deported.
Hey, even if I get out of my life sentence, Governor Pataki will have me kept in a mental hospital.
That's right. They'll take you right to a hospital.
Something will happen.
But how is it possible even that he would get banned from the country for throwing a phone at a guy at a hotel in the first place?
He hit him. It's an assault.
I mean, every other immigrant has such a clean record.
Yeah, I love that we're going to keep Russell Crowe out.
Russell
but everybody
Crowe will be banned.
He's the one we can catch.
Every woman with a bomb strapped to her seems to get in.
Really, we can't find any terrorists, but we can catch Russell Crowe.
I took a cab here from the airport because the car guy didn't show up. And I've noticed something about the cab drivers is that they're constantly on the telephone. Right. And I don't know who they're talking
talking to
at 7 in the morning, at 3 in the morning. They're like teenage girls, these cab drivers. They're constantly, and what are they talking about in these languages that's so important?
The next attack. You know what they have? They have those earpieces buried into an ear full of hair.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so grotesque. I know exactly what you're talking about. And you think they're talking to you, and you look at it, it's like buried into this ear full of hair. It's like a hair patch. And it's just buried in there, and the guy's going, no. Yeah, and I'm like, take me to the goddamn ferry there, Muhammad.
Right, and when you tell them where you want to go, you're interrupting a conversation.
Yeah, and then they hand me back money that's been in their ear with the hair.
And the worst thing is that they'll be quiet for like a minute and then suddenly start talking. You go like, huh? Right. And like they're not talking to you. Right. The whole.
Can I say something? I don't want Russell Crowe in this country. Me neither. All right, what else is in the news?
Well, of course, the debate over the war is really heating up.
That's what I'm talking about on my phone.
Yes. He's debating the war.
Hello? Listen to this. Adam Carolla's consultant is in my cab.
Did you hear Kimberly Stewart is dating Joe Francis? Can you believe it?
I can't believe Jimmy talks to guests. He should just have clips. All right, what else is in the news?
Well, yesterday, a Democratic hawk who was gung-ho for the war came out and said we should have an immediate troop withdrawal.
Of course we should. We should end the war today.
His name is Congressman John 𝗛𝗏. He's a Democrat from Pennsylvania. And this is bad news to the administration because he was one of the Democrats they could rely on for support of the war. So they're saying this is another sign of the growing unease in Washington over the Iraq war. Here is Congressman 𝗛𝗏's statement yesterday. A1.
We've done our job militarily. It's time for us to get out.
It is. It's enough. What are we doing there?
He explains what motivated him to speak out at this time. A2.
Congress is charged with sending our sons and daughters into battle. And it's our responsibility, our obligation, to speak out for them. That's why I'm speaking out.
And he also attacked the Bush administration's ploy of labeling you unpatriotic or not supporting the troops if you say anything against the administration's policy. A3.
I resent the fact on Veterans Day he criticized Democrats for criticizing them. This is a flawed policy. Wrapped in an illusion.
John 𝗛𝗏, I think, is a Vietnam War hero, isn't he?
I don't know his history in Vietnam.
I think he's a war.
He's a war hero.
Yeah,
I think,
and it's very strange how some of these hawks paint guys who actually serve in the military and become congressmen or senators, and then they paint them as cowards. But they haven't served.
He took on Dick Cheney when, he said, look, if he is a man who served, he says Dick Cheney has never even served in a war. He got 5 deferments when the Vietnam War was going on. So, what does he have to say to people who've actually served about what they want to say about the war?
Like me.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, you guys have served.
That's right. We did our time.
Yep.
These hawks.
Jimmy would have gone to war, but don't you have something with your penis? That's some problem?
I did. My urethra closed up, and I was not able to serve.
I'm starting to think you're a hypochondriac. Don't you also have, sleep apnea or something?
No, I am narcoleptic.
Narcolepsy.
Well, I probably am a hypochondriac, but I really do fall.
Unbelievable.
There's no hypochondria about it.
Right.
It's just not there one day.
That's a black and white issue.
Comes out anymore. Yeah.
But wait a minute,
you go to pee and it comes out of your nostril.
You've never just fallen asleep on the air.
No, not like that.
He's on medication.
I'm driving or something, but I am on medication.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
It's called Coke.
That's why he looks like that.
I'm on a lot of medications, yes.
He's got that happy drugged look.
Yep.
What is a sports hernia? I've got a bunch of guys here with me today. What's a sports hernia?
I don't know, but I'm glad Donovan McNabb has it as a Giant fan. That's all I care about.
I have never heard that term before today.
It's a hernia you get playing sports.
Yeah, it's just a hernia.
Where would it be? Could we locate it
It's
on
up
the
in
body?
your throat. It's right under the
your
Adam's
balls.
apple.
Is it?
It's your balls, yeah, sure.
I have never heard that term before.
That's what it sounds like, yeah. They're trying to...
Robin, you were a nurse.
That's what I'm saying. That's unusual for me to not know a medical term. Sports hernia, I had never heard. So Donovan McNabb may be out the rest of the season? Sports hernia operated on?
Wow, it's hard to play with my sports hernia.
Wow.
Get in there, be a man.
Both of our star players are hurt.
Fuck up. Get out of there.
I'm afraid you've got a sports hernia.
Yeah, he might be out for the rest of the season, which that would be the last nail in the Eagle coffin.
Yeah, that would be it for them. First they had the Terrell Owens thing, and now they got the sports hernia thing.
Tell you what, I got to take a quick break, and then we'll come back after these words. We'll wrap up the news. Jimmy Kimmel will be hosting a fundraiser at the Waldorf in Manhattan tomorrow night for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. That's right. In addition to his consulting job on the Adam Carolla Show, he is a host of a late-night television show called the Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, that's
What is it called, actually?
Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Jimmy Kimmel Live is what it's called.
Although it is not live.
It is not live, but it originally started out live, and then everyone got drunk, and that ended that.
Got pushed back.
That's right. And he's also a narcoleptic.
Yes.
Thank you. And we'll be back right after these words.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Godfather of Soul.
Hi, this is James Brown, Soul Brother #1, always fighting. Now I'm fighting for your life. I'm fighting for your life because if you use drugs, you better leave it alone. Drugs are contagious. They're killers. Every drug is a killer. Stay away from drugs. Drugs will take your life away. And if you want to live, stay away from drugs because they are super bad, super bad, super bad, super bad, super bad.
This has been a public service message from the Howard Stern Show.
All right, Jimmy joins us, Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy's hosting a fundraiser at the Waldorf in Manhattan tomorrow night for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. The boys just came in with a good idea. They said over there, we're going to give Gary and Artie a show. Their own show.
Oh, just one time.
One
right?
time.
Just to see what it would have been like.
To see what we would have missed because you guys almost... The revelation was made that Artie had been offered a job to stay on with Infinity, and so was Gary, and they were going to team them up. So
I didn't know about the team up.
Yeah, well,
until today.
They were going to tell you, one day Gary was going to show up.
And we really want you to treat it seriously. I mean, put together a show.
Artie goes, are you kidding? I'm not preparing for that.
That's a no-win situation right there.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get off the new Abbott and Costello and get on to the news.
Earlier this week, I told you about a 15-year-old boy who married the 37-year-old mother of his child, and then she was carted off to jail for statutory rape. Somehow they got through this loophole because the age of consent down in Georgia is 16, but if you're pregnant by the kid, you can marry him even though, you know, it's not legal to marry him until he's 16. So anyway, they got married. She's in prison. They are now talking to the 15-year-old boy, and he says, I found out, first of all, that the 15-year-old boy she married is a friend of her son. So she has like a teenage son.
That's not right.
That's nice. Well, no, at least they all get along.
No, that's not nice. I was hot for some of my... When I was 15, there was one guy I knew who had a really hot mom.
Right.
I wanted her really, really bad.
What was his name?
But this kid would torture me.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah,
sure.
He came up to me, he goes, I was at a bar mitzvah. And I didn't know his mom. This kid walks up to me, he goes, this is really perverted. He says to me, and I was 13.
Okay.
Kid says to me, hey, you see that chick over there? I go, yeah. He goes, don't you think she's hot? I go, she's so hot. He goes, do you want to F her? I go, yeah, I want to F her. He goes, that's my mom.
Oh.
I go, what kind of freak are you? I mean, what
goodness.
perverse pleasure do you get? I want to F your mom.
That happened to me once. I had the most awkward moment. I was at a wedding. I was like 19. I was drunk, and there was some hot chick.
You were drunk at a wedding?
I believe this.
Surprise, surprise.
So far, I believe you.
There was some hot chick dancing on the dance floor, and I kept going, look at her. She's dancing around. She had no shoes on. She's hot. She looks like a real whore. I bet she loves it like a whore. And
no shoes equal whore.
Right. And the guy goes, that's my aunt.
Yes, let's say hi to Sim, the great Sim.
Hey now, Howard. Thank you, my king.
Oh, thank you.
Your appearance last night was great. All the shareholders on the Yahoo board are really happy about it.
The shareholders on the Yahoo, I don't understand.
There's just a chat group of all the shareholders from.
Oh, okay.
And,
I see. I get you now.
Now your Letterman appearances are actually affecting the stock price.
That's right.
Oh yeah, it was a minute by minute, play by play. Everybody's analyzing every second of your appearance.
Is it helping or hurting?
Mostly helping, I think.
Yes, thank you. Well, thank you for that. Thank God, because I don't want to hurt the stock price. All right, Craig, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, Howard?
All right, brother.
All right, man. Hey, listen, I was listening yesterday morning, and I was just reminiscing of all the old tunes that you guys created, and I believe that I share that talent with you, and I would like to, if I may, have you call out a song, any song you want, and I will spoof it on the spot, filthy Weird Al style. What do you think?
Oh, man, I am just so sorry I picked up this call. All right, let's go back to the news. Jimmy Kimmel,
you don't want to talk to Filthy Weird Al?
No, ever again. I don't know what he means.
Let's do one.
No.
Yeah, like that'll get on the air.
Let's see. He'll sing a stream of dirty words, and Tom will hit the button on it, and no one will hear it.
Right. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I don't even want the real Weird Al, let alone the filthy Weird Al.
Well, anyway, the 15-year-old boy says he was not seduced by this 37-year-old woman. She did nothing wrong. He's in love with her.
Oh, sure he is.
What happened to Weird Al? Where is he?
I think he's still working. He's doing tours.
Kids still love Weird Al.
Do they?
Yeah, my kids like him.
I saw something about a Weird Al thing the other day. He must be going around.
I work with Weird Fred.
And see where he is. Do you think that, Heidi Fleiss, she's known for getting beautiful women to, give themselves to men for money. And now she's come up with this loony idea to have a brothel full of men out in Nevada.
Well, first of all,
I love it.
I don't think a lot of women are going to pay for sex. They don't have to.
Right.
Any woman who can't have sex, come see me. I'll find a way to give it to you.
Come on in and
I would imagine that it's more of a gay prostitution.
No, they said these men will be servicing women. It's not gay prostitution.
Really? Man whores?
Yes.
I'm homoerotic, man.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding. I read this yesterday.
Well, what guy would want to do that?
Everybody's picking up on it today.
And the guys probably will work for nothing.
But can you imagine the women you have to do? If you're really opening up a brothel for women who can't have sex.
Yeah.
You're talking about your grandmother coming in there.
But I got friends who'll do that sort of thing. No problem.
Really?
Male prostitute.
Yeah, no problem. They'd be more than happy to do
that.
No
matter what the chick looks Pam Anderson's not walking in, you realize that.
Right. No, she's not. But,
Could you make love to a girl that looked like me?
Could you be a man whore?
Yeah, you couldn't. You still got to be attracted in some way.
No, but you must know guys who have that mentality.
No.
Well, remember that comedian we talked to who had actually gotten sex from Blue Iris?
Yeah, but that's outrageous.
See, I know what Jimmy's saying, though. I do know guys that will do anything.
The guy who do her.
Right.
That's a big leap. As a man, I know my junk ain't going to work. If I can't find even something on you that's sexy.
I know Blue Iris.
What else is in the news, Rob? Because I'm running out of time.
By the way, I would like to I want to open a gay whorehouse in Nevada, because there's where you're going to make the money.
Right.
You get a bunch of guys in there, a bunch of gay guys, and, a lobby full of other gay guys. You could just
But wait a second. If I'm a gay man,
cha-ching, cha-ching.
To me, it's the greatest thing in the world. I don't have to pay some guy for sex.
Yeah, but imagine, a gay bachelor party, or, gay guys get excited about going to things.
A gay bachelor party?
Yeah, they have those, don't they? I don't know.
If I'm a gay man, I'm home, I'm watching the Academy Awards with my friends, and then we're doing each other. That's it. And that's the end of it.
You don't need
I don't need a brothel. I got my group of guys, we all do our thing, and we're all happy with each other. There's no harm in that. What else?
Maybe you want to do some more marketing research.
We'll see who the millionaire is when this is all over.
All right, we'll open up your gay brothel and let's see how you do. You and Adam.
There's a new show that just opened on Broadway called The Woman in White. It's a new Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. And if I might add my 2 cents, it's getting good reviews in the paper today. It's great. It's one of the best things.
Sounds like the worst night of my life.
Since Phantom of the Opera, which you loved.
That was all right. I like that.
And Woman in White is just brilliant. It's wonderful. Music is incredible.
That will be the soundtrack I play in my gay brothel.
Speaking of gays,
all right, now it's sounding like a better business.
But the leading lady just got diagnosed with cancer. She had a lump removed and is still under treatment, and she's still on stage.
Shouldn't Jackie be laughing now, Fred?
Yeah, let Jackie laugh at all the tragedies today.
Yeah, so she's being, called a heroic woman because
I call her a quitter.
Why?
I don't know.
She's out
just
there
throwing things out there
every night.
Yeah. Is she going to continue?
Hitting the high notes. Yeah, she opens. She's going to go on as long as she can. She says she doesn't feel like a hero. It's just something she's doing, but everybody else is in awe.
That's tough, man, because chemo knocks you on your ass. That knocks you on your ass. How the hell she's doing a show every night? At some point, you just go, F it.
8 shows a week or something.
You know what it is? People struggle so hard to get on Broadway. Okay, put 10 bullets in them. They're going to get up on that stage. Yeah, it's like, God damn it, I finally got a part. Now I get chemo. There is no God.
I think about the real Broadway performers who are immediately dumped in favor of, like, Carol Kane decides she wants to sing.
Right.
Or,
it's the worst.
You know, any like D-level celebrity. David Hasselhoff wants to be the star.
You're out.
Sign him right. You're out.
Right,
Hasselhoff is in.
Anything else in the news, Robin?
Hasselhoff is good, though. You can't feel bad about being replaced by him.
Robin, go ahead, because I have to leave, actually.
Right. Well, they are still doing these studies yearly on people contracting HIV, and a new headline in the paper today says 1 in 5 new HIV victims are New Yorkers. You know, when they're counting them up all over the country, we still get our, the lion's share of people becoming HIV positive. So I don't know what we're doing wrong.
No, we're the capital of everything. I mean,
When my gay brothel opens, Nevada will be the new capital.
Thank you. Thank you for taking that away from us. And they also say that there's still a disparity as in terms of race. Black people become HIV positive more often than
so poor and so black.
That's because they make God mad the most.
I see. Harry Potter opening.
He sure is cute, guys.
Harry Potter, I am excited to see, believe it or not.
You didn't go to see the last
I've seen them all.
I don't think.
I've absolutely.
In theaters, you're going to wait.
Oh, I can't be seen in the theater. I'm way too famous. People will mob me if I show up in the theater. How could I do that?
Especially for Harry Potter.
I don't know if this one is for small children. Here's a woman who I guess went to one of the early shows that started at midnight last night. A4.
I'm concerned sometimes about the amount of violence or the scariness for young kids.
So maybe you want to think about whether you take your kids to see The Goblet of Fire, because it's very scary.
Oh, please. My kid's playing these video games. He's killing thousands and thousands of other people every day.
Here's
Please, my kid's father is Howard Stern. You think they're scared by some Harry Potter movie?
Here's a scene from Harry Potter. A5.
How did you do it? Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Listen to that kid. He sounds like he's 40. What the hell happened to him?
He's supposed to be 14.
Anybody tell this kid he wasn't supposed to grow up?
Does it matter?
Does it matter?
I've let your best friend know, though. Let you know what?
I can picture the director pulling the hair out of his head. Your
Two
voice.
40-year-olds.
I think that's where he's pulling the hair out of.
Wow. Anything else, Robin?
Reese Witherspoon and
Joaquin
Phoenix in Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash biopic. And here's Reese, who was asked if she enjoyed doing her own singing.
It was much harder than I thought it would be. I think you think you're a good singer, and you sing in the car, and you sing in the shower, and you think you sound pretty good.
Oh, I got my life to live. I can't listen to this.
And finally today, Steve Guttenberg is working again.
Yes, he's in my movie.
I don't believe that.
He's starring as Jimmy.
It's impossible.
He's weeping on Broadway.
They have remade the Poseidon Adventure, and that's going to be on
No, they didn't.
TV this weekend.
What? On what
And
channel?
Steve, I think it's NBC. Yeah,
That should have been your lead story. No one's going to believe that. Is that news? That Steve Gutenberg's working?
That he's working is.
The last we heard of him, he lost to me in anal ring toss.
That's right. He's back on TV.
Who would hire him after he humiliated himself on this show playing anal ring toss?
I killed him.
Here's Steve talking about the original Poseidon Adventure.
I saw the original Poseidon Adventure when it first...
By the way, anal ring toss is going on demand, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
came out in the 70s, and I loved it, as everybody did. It was a really big hit. And I recently resaw it and had a great time watching it.
I got a feeling he's got it on a continuous loop in his house. What do you mean he just recently resaw it?
Watching it. There was such great stars in it. And
you walk into Steve's house, he's got his movies on a loop. This is who I was.
Well, he was never in the original Poseidon Adventure.
Pay attention.
Such great performances.
Thinks he was.
When Phil Hartman died, he apparently lives near him. He was on every local newscast in L.A. talking about Phil.
That's right.
He was standing out front of the house doing interviews.
That's when it gets pathetic.
One man's death is another man's opportunity.
And that's what's happening.
Thank you. Jimmy, I'm proud to have you as a friend.
Thank you. And I just wanted to say that I've enjoyed the show so much over the years.
Thank you.
And to all of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh.
Jimmy Kimmel will
No tears for us?
Yeah, cry.
I'll cry on my way out when I go in that bathroom.
Jimmy Kimmel will be hosting a fundraiser at the Waldorf in Manhattan tomorrow night for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Watch his show tonight, right? On ABC.
Chris Elliott's on tonight.
Chris Elliott's going to be there. He's going to be sitting around staring at Jimmy.
Yeah.
And great. And what else? And Andy Milanaka's show on MTV and Crank Anchors and
calling Adam.
Calling Adam all the time and consulting him.
Yes.
And that's it. I hope you have some good Parkinson's jokes tonight for
Great. It's tomorrow.
See tomorrow for Michael J. Fox. I'm sure he'll like that. See Sal and Richard this Wednesday, November 23rd at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York, and Friday, November 25th at the Borgata in Atlantic City. Go say hi to those guys. And we'll see you tomorrow. Monday for oh, no, we have a week off.
It's Thanksgiving week.
We'll see you for show 15 after Thanksgiving week. And that's that.
WXRK New York.
We will sort it out for you and bring you the latest as we can confirm the details.
Let's go back to the telephone now and Casey Armstrong. Casey, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you see what happened this morning?
Yes, it was horrible. We just saw the man running with the camouflage on, and we didn't see a gun at that point. But when he came running out and he ran right past us, he had the camouflage suit on. He was running, screaming, and yelling, and it appeared to be Howard Stern. I think he was distraught over his separation with his wife.
You mean this man was acting out as Howard Stern, the radio shock jock personality?
Yes, he was upset about the
All right, back here at CNN Center. On the line with us is Bill Southern of the Seattle Public School System.
You know what? It's just Howard Stern.
Okay, yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. What's happening? All right, it's Monday morning. I couldn't wait to get back in here after the weekend. It's so great to be here. Love it. Love being here. Baba Booey's big toothy grin to look at. What about that all weekend? Yes, I did. I couldn't wait to see it. Jackie the Jokeman's crinkly face. All sun-beaten. Weather-beaten. Sun-drenched. I think I was dreaming about it, as a matter of fact. I see it all in my sleep. Fred Norris, of course. Tried exactly the same, oddly enough. 20 years. Nothing changes. Some things don't change. And Robin is not even over there.
I'm busy.
And how was your weekend? I understand. I went to bed last night. I did not watch the Portland Trailblazers pull the choke of all time. Up, I think, 18 points at one point. 15 or 18 points?
16 points.
16 points.
They say it's one of probably the biggest choke, almost in basketball history.
They had the Lakers put away. It was over. It was Game 7.
It was the last quarter.
Did you watch the game?
Yes, I did.
You saw the whole thing?
Saw the whole thing.
Look at you.
I love basketball.
What are you doing up that late?
I planned for it.
Look at you.
She sleeps during the day so she can watch basketball at night. She does. She schedules naps and stuff.
For my basketball, that's right.
You and Mr. X watching together nude, my picture.
We watched through our toes.
All right.
What a game. What a game.
What a game. Were you nude during the game at all?
No.
You were clothed, fully clothed.
Fully clothed during the game.
Sex at halftime?
No.
You know,
I was alone.
I'm trying to remember the weekend. It was just one drunken war.
You know what?
Is it time for an intervention?
It might be. You ever drink margaritas?
Sure, I like margaritas.
Great. You have those?
Oh, yeah.
No salt, though. Not
they give you a headache at the next day, man.
No,
Sheila's bad. Sweet.
Yeah, it's a girl's drink, but...
Nothing girly about it.
There's some kick to it.
It does have some kick. It's almost hallucinogenic.
But do you get the salt around the rim? I don't know.
And I'll tell you, man, Cabby was with me Saturday night. And I got to tell you, it looks like he's ready to go back into rehab because he was sniffing my margaritas.
Oh, dear. You know, this
I was
is not
taunting
a
him.
good thing for him. You're becoming a drunk while he's trying not to be one.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? Like, I think he worships me.
Yeah.
So now he wants to do whatever I'm doing.
He's so upset that this didn't happen to him at a time
when he was drinking.
Yeah. And then he could get sober.
Because he's been in rehab. He was on crack. He was on everything.
The thing about a guy like Cabby, if he's done all that, drinking just leads you right back down that road.
Can you imagine him on crack and drinking?
Man.
No, because he's a big guy.
And also, he's already acts like he's drunk.
Right. Have you seen him this morning?
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, like the way he dresses and stuff.
Yeah.
He's got really weird outfits. Like today he's wearing like a color-coordinated outfit that's just really weird.
He always wears shorts so he can show off his tattoos on his legs.
Right, he doesn't want to cover up the legs.
Yeah. Where is that guy? Is he still here? Oh, there he is. Come in here.
Look at the chopper, Robin.
Man. You're gorgeous.
It's your animal.
You are gorgeous.
What are you talking about?
Dude, you're so close to going back to drinking.
You know, I was actually Friday night thinking about drinking.
Yeah, I know you told me that, but I saw you looking at my margaritas Saturday night.
They looked really good.
They were good. They were cold and icy.
Meetings or anything?
Yeah, do you have someone to call?
Yeah, I go to meetings.
Do you have someone to call when that happens?
He calls me.
No, but when you feel like drinking on Friday night, is there a call you make to a certain person, or do you just, you know?
I got some sober friends that I keep in touch with back in Minneapolis and here in New York.
Far enough away that they can't do.
But see, you can't dime them out because a lot of people don't like to be dimed out that they're sober.
Right.
Me, I don't give a crap.
Right.
But some people are like really protective. That's personal, and I understand that, so I don't dime them out.
No, I think it's better to tell people.
You'd be surprised how many people in this building are sober.
Really? Well, it's better, I think, to tell people you're sober.
Well, yeah.
So they don't offer you a drink.
Right. But although I was offering him drinks.
Everybody.
I want to see him. I said, you know what? I said, dude, if you're going to start drinking, do it on the show.
I'm going to relapse live on the air.
Yeah.
Do you think you could just have one drink?
No, I can't. I know that. Because I
felt bad for him because
crack.
Because he somehow ended up with me Saturday night. I don't even know how.
You know,
did I speak to you? How did how did you?
No, I was
at a bar. I was at a restaurant bar called Citrus. And I'm sitting there drinking.
I'm just looking at how blonde his hair has gotten.
Yeah.
You like that? It's summer. I put peroxide in it.
Yeah.
You look good. Like Jackie.
You look good. I like the way he was picking up women this weekend. He got lucky.
You know what? I really did.
Yeah, he did.
I went on a date, first of all.
Yeah, he went on a date.
Good-looking women?
He sees the women I hang out with.
Nobody answers.
What are you talking to?
I didn't see the woman you were hanging out with. I heard she was good. Because you told me.
Well, I went on a date Saturday, and I went to Central Park.
Now, wait a minute. Where'd this date come from?
Well,
she asked me out. I went to a movie with her, like, last week. We went and saw, what's that really lame movie?
Mission Impossible 2?
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
And
suck-ass movie.
That movie sucked.
Did you see it only made $27 million after like $100 million opening?
Right.
How much of a drop-off is that?
Well, wait a second. Don't say that. It didn't...
No, I read...
Was that the second weekend?
Second weekend.
Oh, I see.
It had a 54% drop-off, which is actually less than the first Mission Impossible had a drop-off in the second one.
It wasn't a good movie.
Yeah, but it's already made more.
135 million.
12 days, 135
Yeah,
million.
but that's good, right? I mean, although it looks like an expensive movie to make, maybe, nowadays I don't even know how they make money. The movie companies have me convinced nobody makes money.
I don't know. I think they make money on the soundtracks because none of the songs on the soundtrack are ever in the movie.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
They play the soundtrack on the radio, and the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack.
Soundtrack doesn't make money.
It's got.
They had to change that, Howard. It used to be music from the movie. Now people have to put. It's called music inspired by the movie.
You hear that?
None of it's in the movie.
Inspired.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack. And then that one song is on there.
You know what that movie inspired out of me? Laugh.
Even in my movie, the soundtrack does have,
there's
songs from the movie. Yeah.
In your movie, a lot of them nowadays, like
the songs can't be found.
It's making money though because the soundtrack debuted in the top 10.
Right.
Because they played the songs for a month before the soundtrack came out.
Getting you ready for that movie.
So all I know is he told me Friday. So he goes out on a date.
He has a date.
Well, we went to Central Park and held hands.
Yeah, he had a real date.
Yeah.
And look at him, he's all covered in tattoos.
She's a doctor.
And you always wear shorts.
She's a doctor of what?
Yeah, she's a medical doctor.
She's a dermatologist.
She wants to get rid of those tattoos. She's looking for business.
He went out with a medical doctor who's going to support him.
Yes.
Oh, man, that sounds like Sex in the City when they're slumming.
And she was hot, right?
She's very hot.
How old? What is wrong with him?
Because he's not being totally honest.
I'm not being totally honest, but I'm being kind.
No, he's being kind.
Wait a minute. What happened? Where did he pick this woman up?
Well, we laid out in the sun, and I got sunburn on the back of my knees. You ever get that?
Yeah.
From laying, and I take my shirt off. I'm cool with that.
We're not.
And then people try to put a blanket on you and lie down.
She's fat.
Sand.
Well, go ahead.
She took her shorts off.
Right.
Don't ever go to Central Park or a beach unless, you know what the person looks like without their
clothes on.
Right. Because,
he thought her ass was too big.
It was pretty big. Yeah.
He said he's already.
Her ass is bigger than mine.
Oh, stop it.
It was.
But you like her, right? You'll go out with her again?
Yeah, she's really nice.
Right.
But I don't think I'll ever have sex with her.
You're not attracted to her?
No, I got.
Yeah, how could her ass be bigger than yours? This is the size of a movie screen.
Howard, that is an amazing moment in a relationship because I've been down that road where you date somebody and it's hard to tell they're covering or whatever, and you finally get to see that somebody's ass is just too big.
Yeah.
Really big.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I remember there was one guy we knew who was dating some woman, and he showed us pictures of her. She was covered from head to toe.
She didn't have any.
She was at the beach.
Right.
So she wasn't
smart.
of anything.
She was wearing a muumuu.
Yeah, he picked up a chick and everything. He was really hot for her because I spoke to him on Friday, and then he went out on his date and he was all romantic. And then after Central Park, he was like, I don't think we'll be...
But other things in Central Park turned me off on the whole date thing, too.
Yeah.
Number one, there's no water where we're sitting. We're in, Sheep's Meadow. It's a big patch of grass.
Right.
There's guys running around in Speedos.
Right.
Right. What are you wearing a Speedo for in Central Park?
Well, dude, you're in the